Hi, we're going to look at three major things today, three major things that many people feel are right, but they're wrong. These three wrongs are things that have hurt algebra students many times. We need to be prepared for them. I think you would agree with me that if we can see, if we know that something is wrong, it's not a problem. If we know something is wrong, for instance, you look at this and you see 5 is equal to 87, no problem. You know that's not true. You know that's wrong. You know that is not correct. But other things, for example, in our society we have people that are frauds. They're fakes. They hurt people and they look like they're not frauds. A lot of times folks will say, wow, that person didn't look like they were a fraud, a confidence person. But many people will remind us, hey, look, if they look like a fraud, they probably couldn't get away with it. So let's take a look at the next three things. Do they look true to you? Do they look like they're correct? Well, for many of us, it's intuitively obvious to us that these are right. I mean, our intuition is wrong, but we feel like these things are obviously correct. Sometimes so strongly that we feel that way that we don't check it. But all three of these, of course, are wrong. And now some of you admit it. Some of you feel one, or some of you may feel all three of these things. You thought at one time that these things were correct. Well, let's check these out. Take a look at the first one. Does it look correct? To many folks, it seems like this thing just has to be correct. But let's plug some numbers in. We're using 2 for x and 5 for y. So that would give us what you see there now. So now we ask ourselves the question, do we get something that's true if we square 7 and add 4 and 25? No, false. 49 is not equal to 29. This thing is false. It's not true. But it sure did look like it was true to some of us, didn't it? Let's look at the next one. There are many people that would feel that you could cancel the 5s. Did you perhaps feel that way in the past, or perhaps you are a little bit questionable about doing that now? But let's plug some numbers in. Let's substitute 2 for x. You see what I've done here? I've substituted 2 every place that I had an x. And that would lead us to 7/5 is equal to 2. That is false. So this thing was not correct. It looked like we could cancel the 5s. Now if you're familiar with a very simple rule, the simple rule that says if you're going to cancel one thing in the numerator or denominator with one thing in the corresponding numerator or denominator, you cannot do that type of operation if either the numerator or denominator has more than one term. If you look at our numerator, it is x plus 5. That numerator is made up of 2 terms. So it would be improper to cancel the 5s, to cancel the single 5 in the denominator and the single 5 in the numerator. All right, let's take a look at another wrong. This one, many people have stumbled on this one. They felt that, hey, that's got to be true. Is it? Well, I think you would say, given the fact that there are wrongs all over the place, this is not likely to be correct, and you're absolutely right. We can see that easily if we substitute 2 for x. That would give us this expression, which would boil down to, is 8 plus 4 equal to 32? Obviously, 12 is not equal to 32. This thing is false. It's not true. But to many of us, our intuition would mislead us and make us think that it was. Well, here are the three wrongs, and I hope you're well prepared now to face any of these. If you saw any one of these three, to realize it's not correct, it's wrong. But wait, there's more. We have a bonus for you, a bonus wrong. Take a good look at this one. Do you perhaps feel that this could be correct? Well, the fact that it has wrong all over the place is saying that it's wrong, it is not correct. But you can easily tell that, just put it in your calculator. Here we put that expression in our TI-84 emulator, and it clearly shows us that the answer is negative 16. Well, we've gone over three major wrongs that you're likely to face. So now we are prepared, we are ready to deal with the three wrongs.